Hi everybody and welcome back to UtahSEO.Ninja. My name is Tristan and today I'm feeling slightly better, so hopefully we'll get some more videos coming out next week. Before I jump right into the news, and there's a couple things I want to let you guys know about. First and foremost, and the thing you guys are probably going to be the most interested in, we're actually going to be doing a live case study, installing, programming, and optimizing and doing everything that we would normally do for one of our Beacon clients for a local restaurant. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you'll see that I'm a little obsessed with a certain burrito place here in town, and we're going to be installing a new beacon for them. So I want to show you guys how we're going to do that, and that'll probably start next week. Also, if you guys are interested, I have another little project that I have been working on, and I'm finally able to start launching it and working on it, and this is a YouTube channel dedicated to YouTube SEO specifically for gaming channels, and like how to better monetize this kind of content, so making money off of a YouTube channel, growing subscribers and viewer bases, some different tools that you can use to automate some of the different processes here on YouTube and stuff like that. So if this is something you guys are interested in, definitely come check this out. There will be a link in the description. And I have two things on here right now. As of right now, I have a IFTTT tutorial, and then we also have a video going over some of the best keywords for a video game called Overwatch. Kind of similar to what we're doing here, but we talk about tags, and it's kind of neat. At least I think it's neat. Anyways, on to the news. If this is your first time here, you can go and you can check out the entire archive of Beacon News going back to the beginning of this month. And you can sign up for the newsletter right here, which will take you over here, and then you'll get an email notification with these reports going out to you every Friday afternoon. Usually there's about 25 pages worth of text on here. So here's your Beacon and proximity news. We're going to be talking about a couple of stories from here. And then for your IoT stuff, usually there's a lot more IoT stuff. There's 23 pages. So we have 26 pages worth of news and articles for you guys today. So pretty exciting. Now our first story today comes from hospitalitynet.org. And before we get into that, first we need to talk about Cube Systems. Now Cube Systems, basically what they do is they make charging docks for different electrical devices. So cell phones, tablets, that kind of stuff. And the idea is you put it in your restaurant, you put it in your office building, you put it in a hotel, stuff like that. And then you can go, clients can plug in their phones or whatever, and then they charge. Okay, it's supposed to be just an easy, simple solution for your visitors. And so what's going on is Gimbal, which are these guys right here, are going to start putting Bluetooth beacons inside of these devices. And then the idea is that the hotel can then push offers to their guests promoting local venues, food, restaurants, and stuff like that. And I actually thought this was kind of cool. Now, one of the first projects that we worked on as far as Bluetooth and augmented reality, we were actually using QR codes at the time, was we were going to take a QR code and we were going to put it on a hotel's key cards. So you know the cards that you use to open up your doors? Well, that's what we were going to use to house our QR codes. And then we're going to use that to provide access to multilingual content for people who are visiting this particular hotel out of Guatemala. And it was pretty neat. Now, looking at this, I mean, I think this is a pretty neat idea. I mean, it's definitely an interesting approach because obviously if you're going to be plugging in your phone and everything, that means you're going to definitely have a phone and you're probably going to check and see if you have notifications. And since you're sitting right there on top of the beacon, you're probably going to have that notification come through. But I think there's actually a cooler way to do this. And you can find that over here on contact.io. And again, not an affiliate. I should see if these guys have an affiliate. But these guys actually have credit card sized beacons. And we've talked about this in a previous news roundup where there's a police department out of Minnesota that was going to be handing out these little mini beacons to people with mental handicaps. And so that way the police would be able to identify the individual, they'd be able to learn how to interact with that individual and what the specific needs for that individual were in order to avoid any sort of escalation to violence. And this is very similar to what they were going to be using. Now, what you could do, because these actually have your RFIDs and you also have your NFC tags and stuff like that, you can actually use these cards, you can use these beacons, the same way that you would use a normal hotel card in order to gain access to the hotel rooms and things like that. But then at the same time, you can take that beacon, or you can have your guests take that beacon with them out to these different locations. And you can provide all kinds of extra information about the area. So what we were wanting to do with ours is, one, we're going to provide multilingual content, so that way people who are visiting the country for their first time would be able to, interact and understand what was going on around them. We're also going to include things like bus routes and local attractions and parks and restaurants. And then we were going to charge those local venues, especially like the restaurants and the stores and things like that, a monthly fee or a percentage in order to appear on this list. So this was a very large hotel, and pretty much everybody who came to this city, because it was a tourist attraction, was going to be staying at this particular hotel because it was part of the attraction. And so it would become very valuable for these local restaurants and everything to appear on this map that we were going to build for them. I think we actually still had the demo that we put together for them as well. But I thought this was really cool, and at least for me it was neat to see how the technology has evolved over the last 3 or 4 years. So again, very, very cool stuff. And if anybody from Contact.io is watching this video, get in touch with me. I'd love to get my hands on some of these for a couple of demonstrations, so I'll email you. I thought this next story was pretty interesting as well. What these guys are doing, this is a city out of New Zealand. They are putting Bluetooth beacons on the back of the handicap sticker and hangers for vehicles. So if you have any sort of handicap that limits your mobility, then you can get one of these stickers for your vehicle, and it would allow you to park in the handicapped spaces. So apparently what was going on here is that they found that a lot of people were taking advantage of those spaces, or they were parking there illegally. And so they're going to be placing beacons at the parking spots themselves and also on the backs of these tags, so that way they will communicate with each other. And then if the beacon sees that somebody is parking in that location that doesn't have one of these Bluetooth beacons, it'll actually contact the police so they can come and double check to make sure that the vehicle is parked there legally. And then what's neat is it's actually tied into an app as well that notifies users where these locations are. So if you do have some sort of disability, then you would be able to find a location, a parking spot that's right next to the door, and that just makes the whole process a little bit easier for you. So I thought it was pretty cool. Now, of course, there are a lot more articles that came out this week, and so I definitely recommend you guys go and take a look at the entire list that we have over here. And you can find those by visiting this, and then you'll get links and everything emailed to you automatically. And I just realized that you can't actually see this anymore, but somebody strapped an Estimote beacon to this dog's collar so they can keep track of him. I thought it was really funny. I have to see if I can do something with that image. But my name's Triston from SEO.Ninja. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and I will see you guys again probably on Monday or Tuesday with the first video of our case study. And again, we're going to be programming an Estimote beacon, and we're going to be setting that up to capture emails and leads for a local restaurant, and hopefully I get some free burritos out of it. But that'll do it for me. Have yourselves an excellent day, and I will see you guys then. Bye.